A needlessly thorough roast of a Vancouver McDonald's. This restaurant is, by far, the absolute worst McDonald's I have ever had the displeasure of eating at in over half a century. For context, I have been a regular McDonald's brand customer across 3 continents and countless countries. There have been times where I've gone to McDonald's daily, and sometimes even more than once a day. We all know the food isn't perfect, but the brand is consistent, reliable, and generally provides a pleasant dining experience. Except for here. First, the dedicated parking is awful. Too few, too narrow stalls slammed with stay-all-day mall overflow parking. I pity the handicapped patron who must run the gauntlet of drive-through traffic just to get in the front door. The next step is to bypass the sketchy transients and down-and-outers who seem to guard the store's one and only rampart like stalwart gargoyles. A further insult to the mobility-reduced or those who care about hygiene, the door's accessibility button does nothing other than introduce a sad creak and groan crack that quickly slams shut on small fingers. Another fantastic family feature. Your only other choice is to grab the greasy handle, but don't bother using your sleeve unless you want to visit the dry cleaner shortly after. Next, the ceiling is falling apart in places. Some sections of the restaurant are taped off due to the potential for what seems like water drip or falling debris. The ordering experience. One gets the impression that the staff are doing their best, but under extreme stress. Behind the counter, expect to see organized chaos. It's a crapshoot that your food will come up in one cohesive order with everything all at once. Unless you stand there and check your bag, expect to revisit the counter to collect items you're missing. Weirdly, you'll get strange duplicates and multiples of unnecessary things like forks and knives, but things like ketchup and straws will be missing. The food. Honestly, it is absolutely atrocious. No matter what type of hot food burger thing you get, it seems as if it was fried yesterday, microwaved a few times before you ordered it, then placed under a stack of disused phone books to help flatten and keep at room temperature. This is also the most expensive McDonald's I have ever ordered from. If you feed a family, you'll get it. There's a certain consistency to your orders, as people generally want the same thing. Expect to be shocked by how much more the food you normally get costs at this location. The dining experience. The layout and seating is so bad, one can only conclude the goal is to dehumanize and drive customers out the door as quickly as possible. Tiny, greasy tables spaced so far apart that your nuclear family will be broken into bits of fish and products who'll need to walk around and visit to feed. The patrons, adding to one's misery, or in some cases providing comic relief, depending on your mood, are members of the rotating cast of foul-mouthed, snot-nosed adolescents who buy little, take up inordinate space, and spend most of the time aiming their phones at their faces. In another era, such degenerates would be put in stocks or at least sent to reform school, but in this enlightened age, expect them to dictate the culture of your dining experience. The washrooms. A dystopian experience that will leave you and your kids with a host of Freudian complexes. All of civilization and its discontent in one soaking, steaming, swirling display. Expect to feel more congested and dirty than before you entered. Lastly, the food was so bad that no one wanted to finish anything they were eating. A punitive experience. I felt like we should have been paid to eat it, or at least have the chance of winning some prize, like in Fear Factory or one of those Japanese punishment gaming shows. This has been our experience every time. The drive-thru is no better, other than your car provides some insulation from the restaurant experience. This restaurant is an embarrassment to the brand.